Hello, Facebook. We are live here from the Nasdaq market site in Times Square, and I'm joined by our very special guest, Joel Bar-El, the CEO of Trax. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, Joel, for our friends on Facebook who might not know about Trax, can you tell us a little bit about your company?
Trax is an innovation company focused on technology and specifically solves an unsolved problem until today in the retail space. We use image recognition to digitize the physical world of retail. So essentially we take images as retail shops, analyze all the products that are on the shelves and bring offline brick and mortar experience into an online digitized augmented reality type of interface.
Amazing. So Joel, you guys are the pioneer in image recognition technology. Why is it so valuable now to perhaps brands and also retailers?
Today, the ability of people to interact with the world is pretty much astounding when it comes to all walks of life. Retail is one of the areas where still people cannot interact with the products in the stores, whether it's the retailers themselves, the brands, or consumers, in an easy manner. And Trax is bringing the information revolution, which all of us experience. All of us are connected to the world, having every information available to the palm of our hands. And we are bringing that revolution to the retail space.
Fantastic. Talk to us a little bit about the history, like how did you get into this and maybe like how did you become the leader in your space?
So we began the journey about 7 years ago, and we were solving a specific problem for one of the manufacturers that came to us and said that this is a huge problem that he needs to solve. So we started with the image recognition technology and computer vision solely for solving that specific manufacturer's problem. Since then, that actually spread as wildfire across the entire industry. Today, 80% of global manufacturers are using our solutions, and it's all started from a very specific project, and now it's a global, we are working with over 50 markets globally, platform for the entire industry to really look at the shelves in an augmented and digitized way.
So exciting. So Joel, I mean, Nasdaq is known as a disruptor ever since our origination in the 70s, but you guys have gone and disrupted all of retail with the technology you're creating. What's the future going to be like?
So the future is, as we see it, is no different to retail than in other walks of life. In the fact that the world is becoming connected, and the future based on Trax is that consumers will be able to walk into retail stores and to have the ability to interact with the products in the stores.
That's amazing.
Brands, retailers, and consumers will be able to experience the store in a totally different way than they did from a way they did until today. So for example, imagine yourself walking into a Walmart and there are 100,000 products there and you're looking for the products you are looking to find. How you're going to find it, in which aisle is it at, and imagine you have the whole power of a search like the internet in the palm of your hands in the store. So you're facing a category of product, let's say cereals, and you want to know which product is gluten-free, which product is a non-animal origin. And all of those questions, which are today not available in the stores, will be available in the palm of the hands of every consumer globally.
It's amazing. I'm ready for your retail future now. So you guys were at the NRF Big Show this week, which is always a big production and an incredible show. What did you show off there?
So in NRF, for the first time, we presented the entire recognition cycle on device. So we developed and we presented that at NRF, a tiny camera that sits on the shelf. The tiny camera can capture the whole section of the shelf in front of it, and in real time can augment and digitize the entire shelf, recognizing all the products in over 98% accuracy. It is presented in NRF booth 2883 if somebody still have time and wants to go and watch it. The entire recognition is done on the device, on premise, in the store, or in our case, in our booth, with no need for any external connectivity.
That's amazing. It sounds like science fiction, but it's real.
Yeah, it is real.
So your company is based in Singapore, but you're a global business. How important is Singapore not only to your heritage, but as a technology center in the world?
So Singapore is a very unique space. It's kind of the center of Asia when it comes to financial industry and other logistical industries. And technology was traditionally, historically, a shortcoming of that country. And the Singapore government decided to invest a lot of resources, a lot of grants, a lot of money into bringing technology to the forefront of the country. So there's a lot of support internally, both from the government and other agencies, to really help emerging startups to establish themselves in Singapore when it comes to taxation reliefs, ability to have working visa very easily for foreign talent to come and work there. And Singapore is really a hub that makes it quite accessible to reach the entire Asian market, but also globally to have a very good place to establish headquarters for global companies like ours.
Incredible. And such a wonderful beacon for Singapore to have you guys based there.
Yes, yes.
Joel, thank you so much for joining us here at Nasdaq.
Thank you very
Everyone
much.
on Facebook, stay tuned. We have a lot more to come. Coming up, the closing bell in just a few minutes.